Welcome back after the break in our Expert Speaks segment. I am joined by Anup Seth, Director and Chief Distribution Officer, Edelweiss Life Insurance. Anup sir, welcome to Insurance Mantra. It's a pleasure to have you with us today, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me over, Anurag.
Okay.
My pleasure.
Sir, just want to ask you, according to you, because when today we are talking about life insurance, investment products and life insurance, what kind of mistakes still policy holders are committing again and again without realizing that the consequences or the impact it will have on their investment products?
I think one of the biggest thing, Anurag, is अगर कोई आदमी को पता है कि मैंने क्यों ये प्रोडक्ट लिया है, what purpose is solving, तो शायद commitment to remain in the product will be far higher. ऐसा क्या होता है ना, जब तक मुझे पता ना हो कि मेरी ये this product is bought for my retirement or my child education, somewhere policy duration में you become dissonance.
Okay.
कोई और attractive investment दिखता है,
okay.
कोई और immediate need में आपको withdraw करना पड़ता है.
That in the life insurance products also there should be a proper goal, because I conduct a mutual fund show also. So in that mutual fund show, all the experts, whatever SIP you are starting, you should have a defined goal. Okay, yes. This SIP is for my son's wedding. This SIP is for the education. This SIP is for my retirement. So you mean to say that in life insurance product also there should be a goal-based investing, or whatever product you are buying, it should have a proper goal.
100%. Otherwise, क्या है ना? In absence of this, you will never know कि ये मेरी क्या need पूरी कर रही है. Which part of my need have I over-index? Which part of my need have I under-index? और मुझे ये कब ये requirement होगी, उसका क्या cash flow रहेगा, क्या liquidity चाहिए, मुझे कब चाहिए. और lot of time people make this mistake of saying all my investment should remain liquid. अगर आपकी सारी investment liquid रहेगी, तो liquidity comes at a cost.
Okay.
Any liquidity will come at a cost, because अगर आप सारी investment liquid रहेंगे तो आपको ये realize करना है कि वो जो return दे पाएगी उससे -1-2% मिलेगा. Because if I try and keep everything liquid, but if you try and link things for long term and say I will not touch this investment 20 years because 20 साल के बाद मेरी retirement आने वाली है. अगर मैं इसको आज touch करूँगा तो मेरी retirement में शायद मैं कम पहुँच पाऊँगा. The idea is to commit for a goal, remain invested, और इन्वेस्ट करके उसे भूल जाना चाहिए. A lot of times people make this mistake of digging into the investment, और short term needs जब आती है तो अपनी long term investment में digging करते हैं. फिर realize करते हैं अरे मैं 55 का हो गया हूँ. My retirement is still not fulfilled because I digged into it. मैंने 2 बार इसमें 50 लाख 1 करोड़ निकाल लिए हैं. तो अब उतना पैसा compound रहा नहीं.
Our Southern India viewers, sir, I want to ask you in English only. Even people do commit for the long term, but they don't stay for the long term, and they end up breaking their policy, or they end up surrendering their policy, saying that okay, it's not giving much of a return.
तो वो एक concept है, you're feeding into your short term needs for your long term wants. आपकी जो long term का future है, आप उसको you're compromising that for your short term impulsive behavior. और ये हर एक category में दिखा गया. तो my biggest advice to people is be clear, why are you buying a product, what need is fulfilling, and what discipline does it require for you to fulfill that goal, and then stick with that almost to the extent. I would say, I'm going to quote Mr. Kedia, capital market. He's saying what money you put in the capital markets or any market or investment, you should forget it, that's not in your pocket. You should run your life from what is in your pocket and not what you've invested, because what you've invested is for your goals and your dreams and aspirations.
Do you also think that, sir, we don't manifest or think for the longer horizon, and we think for a shorter period only? Okay, I will start this journey after 2 years because it's not required now.
Yeah.
So that is also a reason where people miss out.
Actually, multiple things are happening, Anurag. This whole world has become about instant gratification. This whole world has become about now and then. This whole world has become about consumption. And I think that is the fallacy of India. India cannot be in the consumption mode of the West. The West is sitting on per capita GDPs of very different order. But आज India youth and India middle 30, 40 are also thinking of consumerism. Consumerism is not for India. India needs to be more hardworking, more focused on productivity, efficiency, more focusing on savings. The irony of this point is India's savings rate from 2017 to now has dropped from 37% to 30%, which means even if the GDP has grown, our consumption habits are allowing us to consume and consume and consume, whether we require or not. What was a luxury has now become baseline. And in doing that, what is happening is people are not realizing that our economy is going to be built on savings and deploying the money in assets which can compound and solve your long-term events in life. Visa people are gone into thing. I read one Apple watch, the iPhone 17. The people are buying it on credit. I'm wondering, why is it required? What we require is people investing the money in making sure
or
that
buy
they
term insurance.
or invest into capital markets and various products of life insurance, retirement, pension. ये करिए, because those are assets which will income accruing रहेंगे. And one of the biggest thing I've learned, India has learned how to make money, but India has not learned how to make their money to make money.
Okay, investing.
Investing costs, unfortunately, it's not
what
taught in
would be your
schools.
suggestion, somebody who's watching your show right now, what would be your suggestion to them, to millennials, to Gen Zs, that they should avoid doing the mistakes and they should do it differently?
One of the biggest principles I can tell you, I've got two teenage daughters, 21 and 15. I keep on telling them is first save and then consume. You have to have an orientation that you are saving 30 to 50% of what you're earning. And that 30, 40, 50% has to be invested into different asset classes based on your goals. You have to be clear, what are you consuming for? Solution kya hai? You can't be buying things for the heck of it. You have to buy things, financial products, whether it's SIP, whether it's life insurance, whether it's pension plans. You're buying it for a need. Be clear of purpose, stay invested, don't eat into your long-term goals for short-term needs. Almost invest and forget. That's when you will take the power of compounding.
Invest and forget.
Forget. You can't be in this whole thing of I'm every day checking my NAVs and every day checking my return on investment. That is not the way things are built. You have to get your money seeding for the long term, have discipline. Only then will you have mental peace. Otherwise, you'll get in this time horizon gap concept that while you'll think I will need this money in 20 years, it shouldn't happen that you start investing not today, but in 10 years, because then you'll have only 10 more years to compound it. But if you invest today, you start small, you start building as you keep on increasing your income, you start saving that 60% and you start investing, upping your investment. And the last thing, which is more important, not a single product in the capital markets or in the debt market is good. Have a portfolio balance thing. They say as you go older, move more towards your fixed income debt side. As you become younger, take higher risk, but invest for long term. Let the compounding play in and diversify karo is my advice.
So thank you so much, sir, for joining our Insurance Mantra and sharing your thoughts. A pleasure talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
So that's a wrap on this edition of Insurance Mantra, but we'll leave you with our insurance basic. Did you know? Life